Bob Dylan once sang, "The times, they are a-changin'." And right now in this real estate market, that is very, very true. If you haven't been paying attention for the past few weeks, things have started to change, and it's important to stay up to speed on what that means for you as a seller or you as a buyer. Hi everybody, Dan Jensen with RE/MAX Park Square, and we're not ready to announce that the sky is falling and the market is completely flipping, but the balance that we've been talking about for months now is finally starting to come true. Buyers are not going to be in the same position they've been in for the past 2 years, where they're at a complete loss on how to win a bid and how to obtain a property. And sellers are not going to be in that high point where they can just pick from dozens upon dozens of offers with waivers and cash and all that. Things are going to start to become a little bit more balanced, and we're seeing the early signs of that. So what does that mean? The number one thing we're seeing is a decrease in showings and open house attendees. So I'm speaking on behalf of my office and myself. We're still getting a lot of buyers out there. Don't get me wrong, the demand is still historically very, very high, but we're not getting those lines wrapped around 3 blocks down the street with 150 people coming during a 2-hour open house. It's starting to become a little bit more reasonable in that aspect. Now that the viewers and the attendees of the open houses is decreasing, that also means the number of offers we're seeing on our listings is decreasing. So instead of getting 15, 20, 30, 40 offers on a property, we're getting a handful. So you still have more than one to choose from. You're still not going to have to sell your house for pennies on the dollar or accept terms that you're not comfortable with, but you're not going to have 20, 30 offers to choose from for the most part. And I'm speaking generally right now. There are going to be pockets of the state where things are still super hot, and there's going to be other areas where things are slowing down at a faster rate than this. But overall, we're just talking about a little bit of a slowdown in terms of the frenzy that we've been seeing on properties. So decrease in showings, decrease in open house attendees, decrease in the number of offers. That also means a decrease in offer price. So it was at a point where pretty much whatever number you slapped on a property, you were going to get significantly over asking. And that's just not the case right now. We're seeing homes that have to do price reductions, that have to take offers that are less than asking. And it's just that competition, that buyer demand versus listing inventory is starting to balance a little bit. So why do we see these 3 things? What is the cause? There's a couple factors. Number one biggest factor, the increase in interest rates has finally started to take an effect on buyers' ability to pay and what they're willing to pay for a home. Because rates have gone up from in the low 2s a year and a half ago to now we're in the mid 5s, they're not going to be able to pay $150,000 over asking because money's not as cheap as it was. Still historically good rates, but not as cheap as it was. 2, overall economic hesitancy has led to a little bit of an uncertainty, and we're seeing more buyers drop out of the market because they don't know where things are headed. Some of them are just straight up waiting for it to crash. I saw a poll that about 20% of potential buyers who are currently renting are going to wait until the market crashes to do so. Don't think that's a great idea, but because of that, not as many offers, not as many properties going way over asking. Third thing, the time of the year. We just had Memorial Day, we're easing into summer. This is generally the time of year where the market starts to slow down a little bit because people are busy enjoying their lives. But over the last few, we didn't really have that decrease in activity. This year, we're starting to see that a little bit. It almost was synced up right around Memorial Day, and in Jersey, we had a really hot weekend the weekend prior. So it seems like we got an early start on that summer market. So that's kind of where we are right now and what we're seeing. The question is, how long will it last? And how drastic will this change be? That's yet to be seen. I think an overall shift towards a more balanced market is definitely going to be the long-term outlook, but I don't know how long that's going to take to become a permanent fixture of the market, and I don't know how much balancing we're going to see, because we had such an increase in the power that sellers had and the leverage they had in this market. I don't know if it's going to go completely 50-50. We don't know. But things are shifting, things are changing. The important thing is if you're a buyer, you should know that. Don't think that you have to go in and spend 20% over asking just to get a property. And if you're sellers, don't think that that's going to be the situation you're in either. Don't think that you're going to automatically get huge offers way over asking. It can happen, but it takes the proper marketing, it takes the proper expertise in terms of pricing a home. It takes a little bit more finesse than it did a few months back. So that's the state of the market. The times, they are a-changin', but we can all adjust and still get our real estate needs accomplished.